Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Two Hands in a Radio. And for everybody that's a new subscriber or a new viewer, I'm your host, Two Hands. And here's the radio that we're going to look at today. Today is February 16th. Actually, it's not February 16th, but it's going to be February 16th when you see it. And today's my birthday. So I have always been an individual that I'll take the day off. I'll do something for myself just because it's my birthday. And in keeping with that, I bought a radio. So the story with this radio, there's always a story. Two Hands always has a story. The story with this radio is it's the Degen DE1103. I've already figured that out, I'm sure. And the DE1103 has two versions. There is a version 1, the original DE1103, and then there is a version 2. So from here on out, we'll talk about version 1, version 2. Version 1 is a phase-locked loop radio, PLL. Version 2 is a DSP. Okay. And where am I headed with all this? Anyway, the consensus seems to be that version 1 is better than version 2. I would believe so. In all the radios I've reviewed, the DSP versions, I don't think, I mean, they're okay, but some of them are not all that great. Anyway, so I was looking, and you cannot find a version 1. I've looked and looked and looked and can't find it. On Amazon, there was a listing for the Degen DE1103 PLL on. And the whole key to it is it says on the radio itself, DE1103 PLL, whatever other verbiage there is, but it says PLL. And the DSP version doesn't say that. It just says FM stereo, blah, 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 digital world receiver. Well, anyway, Amazon has one, brand new. Blows my mind. It's no higher in price than the version 2. I'm going to get it. And it showed up, of course, it's through another seller or whatever. It's fulfilled by Amazon or something, and I don't understand all that. Anyway, it shows up, fantastically fast shipping, and I look at it, and it's the DSP version. It's not the PLL version. Okay, so I know Amazon's return policy. I could take it all back. And then I thought about it, and I'd had a Amazon gift card at Christmas, got an Amazon gift card at Christmas, and I'd used that, and I looked, and this only, out of my pocket, was only $30. And I thought, so why not keep it and look at it? In true radio collector fashion, let's just look at it anyway. And I'll be quite honest, it's a keeper, that's for sure. The version 2 is pretty good. Don't be scared of it. But anyway, let's get into the box and see. I've talked long enough with my story. Well, that's how this all came about. Now, I have, this is I won't say quirky enough, but it's different enough that you really have to read the manual. You have to understand that in order to move around with it with a little bit of ease. Otherwise, it's kind of a confusion. It'd be a confusing mess to try to do an unboxing, and I've never seen it before, and you've never seen it before, and we'd be all over the highway. But you're greeted with an AC adapter, which is so nice. It comes with rechargeable batteries, which I've put in and recharged. It also comes with a fantastic long wire that we can use. I've also got my long wire here that we'll plug in here shortly. It comes with just a standard set of earbuds. if you happen to like that kind of stuff. If you dig down in the bottom of it, let me get the important part out anyway. Then underneath the tray, you get an owner's manual, and you also get this neat little pouch to put the radio in. Very cool. I was hoping there'd be a pouch for it, and there was. Oh, excuse me. Once again, the laryngitis cough has not left me yet. Well, here it is. I don't know if we want to look at it on this thing, if that will help or hurt. Here it is. An amazing little radio. And like I said, I've already had it out. I've set the clock to UTC. It does a 12 and 24-hour clock. It's so different. And I think that's what, it just makes it so cool and different. And I think that's what just pulls you into it. But let's just look. It is 6.5 inches wide, 4 inches across tall, if you want to call it tall or across, 1 inch thick. The speaker in here is a 3-inch speaker, so it's got a really nice size speaker in it. Almost half the radio is speaker. Weighs in at 11 ounces without the batteries, and with the batteries it holds 4 AA batteries, and it really got a nice weight to it. Feels good in the hand. And shortwave. The shortwave coverage is from 1710 to 29999 megahertz, so it's got the full range of coverage there. The front end of it is, we've got our memory button. We can store channels in memory. From everything that I've read and played with so far, it doesn't do it automatically. But it can scan frequencies, and it'll stop long enough that if you want to store the channel, you can store it and then go on. Volume button. Volume is super, super bizarre. And you know, I kind of like bizarre. You tap the volume button and then use your tuning knob to change the volume. And if you didn't know that, it would drive you nuts. When you take the batteries out, when you put batteries in for the first time, whenever there's been that disconnect, it is on volume 40, which is full volume. It scares you to death, and you're trying to figure out how to turn it down, and so it helps to that. And they also, down below here, and they're very hard to see. I don't even think you can see it. There's a sub-menu of these buttons where it's an alarm 1 and 2, so it's a dual alarm. And also a charge button that you can tap the volume button when it's off, and it will show you the charge of the batteries until you let off of it. It kind of blinks and says, there it is. The thing that pulls me in with this the most is the dial itself. Huge dial. But it's got your digital frequency up here. Then it's got what looks like the old-fashioned analog dial down here. And it actually, we'll see here in a minute, it has a digital line that comes across that looks like on a analog tuner, that little needle dial, pointer, whatever you want to call it, that comes across, and it will move as you change frequencies. That will go, and that'll move wherever you go. Absolutely cool. And I suppose some would say it's a waste of space. I suppose so. I think they could have given more information on this, but after you use it a while, it's like, this is really kind of cool, and just love it. 1 through 9 or 1 through 0 here. That is your direct entry keypad. So again, that's kind of strange. Instead of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 thing, it's just all in a straight line. Get used to it. It's easy. On-off button, hold button will lock all the screen down. Time button, time is going to give us the time. And I don't know if we can, I'm not 100% sure what time does. I suppose it's just with the clock. It might show the alarm times and things like that. Single sideband. There's no upper or lower. It's just single sideband. And then our band switches, band minus and band plus. Band minus is FM if you want to get into the FM frequencies. Band plus is if you want to get into shortwave and broadcast band, medium wave. And you keep hitting the band plus and you'll skip through the 75 and 90 meter, 60 meter, 49 meter, 41 meter, 31 meter. It cycles through all those. So again, super, super cool. Over on the right-hand side, we've got a tuning knob, tuning wheel. I guess it's more of a knob. We also have, and I still can't even, under this light, a wide and narrow filter, so it would be a DX and local switch is here. Fine tuning wheel here for when we're in single sideband. And then our light, our display light on and off, so you can turn it off all the time or have it on and it'll time out after a while. Line out is here. Very, very handy here also. What I've been doing here recently, and I know this sounds corny, but I'll take a line out and go into an old cassette player and can actually make recordings of whatever I hear or whatever just through a cassette. And why? Just because I can. And yes, that says narrow and wide. So that would be your DX or local switch. Okay. And that's the one negative I see with this is it's a dark gray, and then the writing is just a lighter gray, really hard to see. And 99% of it doesn't matter, but yet there's that 1% that it would be nice to have seen what that switch said. You've got a kickstand here, fantastic. Batteries, 4 AA batteries sit in here. We've got rechargeables in already. The left-hand side, again, let me look. No, let's back up. Two hands made a mistake. DX and local switch is here. DX and local switch here. External antenna here. Earphone here. DC adapter here. Let's go back to the right-hand side. That is just a filter switch, narrow and wide filter. Okay. Well, that makes sense then. And it says something under it, and I cannot tell you what it says. Oh, now I see it in the light. Narrow and wide filter. News is down to the bottom, and music is to the top. So it's for news and music. You can flip the filter narrow or wide. Okay, now that makes sense. I'm sorry about that. I've just left it alone, and I didn't know what that was. The antenna swivels all the way around. Amazingly long antenna. And it, did I bring my tape measure? No, of course not. I had it in my hand. I don't know what I did with it. Every bit of 34 inches. I can put in the description box how long the antenna is, if anybody even cares. I don't know. But I'm going to guess by owning the Texan PL660 and PL880, that's 34-inch antenna, I would say. And I've gotten so I can get pretty close with my guesses. So with that, I'm going to plug in our external antenna this time, something a little different. Normally we go with the telescopic antenna and just, what the heck, we'll go with something different. So let's just fire this up and take a quick look. And there's to change the volume. And then it goes back to normal then. See how it goes back to a normal tuning then. We're on the FM right now. And what you can do is, if you want to scan, let's turn it up so everybody can hear, is you can press the band button and hold it down, and it scans to the next available channel, gives you 3 seconds to decide, and then it goes to the next. And in that 3 seconds, you could decide to store it to memory or whatever you want to do. Fantastic audio. And I don't think we'll get in any trouble with just 3-second snips. But you notice also your digital dial is changing. As it goes, it changes. And since I pressed the down button, it's going to go in reverse of, it's going to go up the top to bottom. I don't know if I can turn it up. Let's see what it finds the next one here. Oh, it stops when you play a volume Y. And then we can just go on down. Oops. That was me. And it's quirky because you want to use the tuning knob right away. So that's a little quirky, but you get used to it. Once you get a volume, because I'm trying to find a volume that I think you guys can hear and I can talk over, and guys and gals, I'm sorry, you know, that you can hear. So I'm fiddling with it, and normally you just kind of have it on a 6 or a 7, and that's good, and move on. But that shows you the FM is absolutely stellar on this thing. Let's go to the AM band, and you can do the same thing with this. Let's just turn it up, and you can just relax with it. You can just say, okay, well, I want to scan AM. I want to hear what's here. Oh, like I said, we changed bands then. You see how it changes? We're at 49 meter, we're at 41. It comes across and changes to 31. We're in shortwave now. We'll get back there here just a second to medium wave. And it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon or so. Okay, it just goes through all the different bands. And then you hold the button down is the key, and it'll start to search until it finds the next. Should probably 1010 will be next. That's our local station. And it may not, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we may not find a lot. And I'm not out to find a lot of stations and say, oh, look at this. I'm just kind of an overview and show you, overview of the whole radio. Nothing to be afraid of, that's for sure. We do have the handy wrist strap here that, I didn't mention that. Now this at night, I've had it out and done the same thing at night, and it is almost every 10 kilohertz it found something. It just really blew me away. And I've seen an internal shot of this thing, and the ferrite bar is almost from edge to edge in here. So it's got a good-sized AM broadcast antenna. So, yeah, just rolling along. Who knows what it's going to do. But there's that. And then you can go into shortwave, just like we were. Let's go up to, since it's about 4 o'clock, let's just try the 31 meter band. and we hold it down. And the neat feature about this is, there's something there. The neat feature with this, and I won't be able to get a word in probably, is that once it gets to the top or bottom of the band, it just starts over again in that band. So you could set it, I want to listen to, like this, 31 meter tonight, and I want to see what's out there. You can just sit back, relax, it'll scan, then when it's done, instead of stopping, it'll just start that band over again and go right back through again. So you have a chance to, you know, did I miss something? What did I hear? Very, very cool. I've not run into one that does that. And we'll see it's at the top now. There's WWV. And it starts right back over, and it'll do the same thing, just go over and over and over. And then you can stop the scan and move to the next. Move over to the next band and just sit back and relax and let it go. It's so cool. Absolutely love this radio. And like I said, I started out was almost disappointed. Now, Kato, or Kaito, however you want to pronounce it, they make a DE1103, and it's supposed to be version 1. They don't have a version 2 of it, and it is an identical copy of this version 1, the PLL version. So I'm really thinking about getting a KA1101 and then put these two side by side and do some comparisons with them. And I think that would be kind of cool. And we'll let it just roll through here, and I do it and see how it starts back over again. Let's go one more time here. Let's just go up to here, or you can use your tuning knob. Is another way you can get to things. You can see the digital indicator starts to move as I move. I just wanted to see if 15140 was still on or not. Radio Havana, Cuba. So it's just so neat. But now let's go to 41 meter. We'll cycle through here, and you can enter it in. You can enter it in manually too. I'm just being strange and going this way. And let's see. Well, let's just see. If we want 7200, we would go 7200 in the band. And so it's there. Now, use your fine tuning knob and try to dial that in. Like I said, who knows if that's going to work good or not. Now let's keep looking around here. And you know what you got to do? You got to hit the single sideband button. Everybody was out of their chair on that one saying, "Two Hands, what are you doing?" Am I on single sideband? Yeah. Okay, when you're on single sideband, there's a red light that shows up. Don't know if you can see that or not. Now we're there. Let's go back to where we were at. Sorry about that. I haven't played with a single sideband at all, really. Go there.
A lot of Americans became
There you go. There you go. Then you use your fine-tuning wheel to dial it in.
He's an immigrant. He escaped the Cuba there from the Nazis. I think.
Okay, there you go. So you got to remember to hit the single sideband, which is like all radios really. I haven't played with it that much. And a lot of people, I know a ton of reviews that I've read and seen or whatever, single sideband is so important to people, and it's not important to me. I have better radios for single sideband conversation. I have transceivers that I'll use for that. These radios, I'm more interested in the AM broadcast, international shortwave bands, FM, sometimes for a ball game or something. And that's what I'm interested in, and that's why I hang up sometimes on single sideband. It's because I don't use it very often. And then it's just me. There are a lot of people, that's all they'll listen to. And so they want to know how it works. And you got to remember, you got to go back into single sideband every time. There you go. Some crazy ass people out there, that's for sure. Anyway, I didn't say it. But that's why I went to 7200. There's always something there on 7200. And they don't play by a lot of the rules, I don't think. Anyway, but that's just a quick overview of this radio, and I know it's rolled on for a long time. Absolutely love this thing, and you could hear when I was trying to tune that in, even fine tuning. There's a little bit of that mute on tuning there, and it's a soft mute, and it's not. Let me go to 9395. Oops. You can see there's just a little bit of a mute there, but it's not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. We've seen some that it's just a chop, 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 chop kind of sound, and that's horrible when you're trying to scan something. That's not all that good. That's why I wanted to go with the PLL version. So with that, coming up on the 30-minute mark, I better shut up. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hey, it's my birthday. You got to enjoy it, right? If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And feel free to leave your comments below. Hit the subscribe button. Flip the notification bell so you get notified when I post new videos. All that good stuff. There is a link down in the description box if you want to donate through PayPal. It just helps support the channel and gives me some horsepower to buy radios like this to bring reviews to you. And that's what I do with that money, is I turn around and buy other radios. And anything, I don't want anybody to feel obligated. But if you feel moved to do so, it is definitely appreciated. And there's also another link down in the description box for my Amazon wish list. If you want to send a gift from Amazon, an example would be the DE1103 is there in the wish list. If somebody felt so generous, I definitely will give you a shout out on the air, or on YouTube, I guess, not on the air, but I would give you a shout out, that's for sure. And but there's stuff there. It's just stuff that I use for the channel and connectors and this and that and switches or radios, or I just try to create a variety of stuff from $5 on up. Whatever you feel led to do or inspired to do, that's there also. And I just want to, again, thank everybody that subscribes, everybody that comments, that follows along, that watches all my silliness. I really appreciate each and every one of you. You are my little group, and you're my community, and you're my family, and I appreciate that. So with that, I'm going to say it's time for a birthday cake or something. I don't know what it's time for. It's time for me to listen to this radio some more. That's for sure. That's what I'm going to do on my birthday. I hope you have a great day, a great February 16th. Have a great weekend, and we will see you at the next review.